Winter doesn't have to mean the end of your garden. Imagine stepping outside on a crisp morning, your garden blanketed in snow, yet you're still harvesting fresh, living vegetables right from the earth. It feels like magic, but it's not. It's the power of growing cold, hardy crops that laugh in the face of freezing weather. Welcome to Purely Garden, where we believe every season has something to grow, and every gardener can thrive, no matter the temperature. Today we're diving into 10 incredible crops that can survive and even flourish when the thermometer plunges to -30 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you're ready to defy the frost, fill your winter with life, and enjoy the taste of homegrown produce when most gardens are sleeping, make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Let's keep your garden growing all year long. Crop number 1, kale. Kale is the undisputed champion of the winter garden. This leafy green doesn't just tolerate frost, it thrives on it. When temperatures drop, the plant's natural sugars act as antifreeze, turning bitter leaves into sweet, tender ones. Varieties like winter boar and Siberian kale can keep producing even when the world outside is covered in ice. With a little mulch or a low tunnel for protection, kale will stand tall through blizzards and biting winds. What makes kale truly special is its resilience and reward. You can harvest leaf by leaf throughout the cold months, and the plant keeps growing back stronger. Even after heavy snow, its deep green leaves remain alive and vibrant, offering a steady supply of nutrition when most vegetables have long faded away. Kale proves that with the right plant, winter can be one of the most productive seasons of all. Crop number 2, spinach. Spinach is one of the toughest greens you can grow when the cold sets in. It shrugs off frost as if it were nothing, and the leaves often bounce back within hours after being frozen solid overnight. Varieties like Giant Winter and Bloomsdale Long Standing are perfect for extreme conditions, holding their shape and flavor even when the ground starts to harden. Planted in late fall, and it will quietly establish roots before snow arrives, waiting patiently for the first hint of winter sun to begin growing again. What's beautiful about spinach is how dependable it is in the harshest climates. Under a simple cold frame or a layer of mulch, it continues to produce crisp green leaves even when temperatures drop below zero. The colder it gets, the sweeter its flavor becomes, making it a perfect addition to winter salads and warm, hearty soups. Spinach is proof that even in the stillness of winter, life finds a way to grow. Crop number 3, carrots. Carrots are the hidden gems of the winter garden, thriving quietly beneath the frozen soil, while everything above ground lies dormant. Their roots act as natural storage chambers, protected from the bitter cold by the insulating earth. When the air freezes, carrots don't die, they sweeten. The cold triggers a transformation where starches convert to sugars, giving you a flavor that's richer and more vibrant than anything grown in summer. Even in regions where temperatures drop to -30 degrees Fahrenheit, carrots stay fresh and crisp under a thick layer of mulch or snow. One of the greatest advantages of growing carrots in winter is their ability to store themselves right in the ground. You can pull them up as needed, week after week, instead of worrying about long-term storage indoors. As long as they're covered and the soil remains somewhat pliable, these underground treasures will keep their texture and sweetness deep into the season. It's like having nature's refrigerator right in your backyard, quietly preserving one of the sweetest rewards of cold weather gardening. Crop number 4, garlic. Garlic is a winter warrior that actually depends on the cold to reach its full potential. Unlike most crops, garlic is planted in late fall, just before the ground freezes, so that it can establish strong roots beneath the surface. During the long cold months, the cloves rest in dormancy, quietly dividing and preparing for spring growth. The freeze-thaw cycles help the bulbs form properly, giving you those full aromatic heads that make garlic such a kitchen essential. Even when temperatures drop to -30 degrees Fahrenheit, garlic endures, protected by soil and a generous layer of straw mulch. What makes garlic remarkable is how little care it needs once it's in the ground. You plant it, cover it, and let winter do the rest. When the snow melts and the days begin to lengthen, the green shoots emerge strong and determined, proof of how resilient this crop truly is. Growing garlic through winter teaches patience and trust in nature's rhythm. By the time summer rolls around, you'll be rewarded with plump, flavorful bulbs that carry the deep energy of the season they've survived. Crop number 5. Cabbage. Cabbage is one of the hardiest vegetables you can grow when the cold sets in. Its thick, waxy leaves act as natural armor against frost, wind, and even snow. While most crops wilt at the first touch of ice, cabbage stands proud and firm, holding its shape and flavor. Varieties like January King and Brunswick are especially suited for winter, thriving in temperatures well below freezing. With a bit of mulch around the base or a light fabric cover, cabbage can continue growing slowly through winter, storing sweetness and crunch as the temperature drops. What's truly special about cabbage is its ability to last. You can harvest outer leaves as needed, or let the heads mature fully for a late winter or early spring harvest. Even after multiple frosts, the inner leaves remain crisp, juicy, and packed with nutrients. Cabbage proves that the cold doesn't always signal an end. It can be a time of quiet growth, strengthening the flavor and structure of a plant built to endure. For the determined winter gardener, cabbage is a symbol of resilience and reward. Crop number 6. Leeks. Leeks are one of the most dependable crops you can grow when winter's deep freeze sets in. These tall, elegant members of the onion family have thick, layered stalks that act as natural insulation, allowing them to withstand extreme temperatures that would kill most vegetables. Once established, leeks can survive well below zero, and in many gardens they're still harvestable even when the soil is frozen solid. With a generous layer of mulch or leaves, they become nearly indestructible, their roots anchored firmly in the earth as the cold winds sweep overhead. What makes leeks a winter favorite is their incredible flavor and versatility. The frost softens their texture and sweetens their taste, turning them into the perfect base for winter soups, stews, and casseroles. You can leave them in the ground all season long, pulling them up only when needed, fresh, fragrant, and full of life. Leeks teach the gardener that endurance can be beautiful, that strength and subtlety can thrive side by side, even in the harshest months of the year. Crop number 7. Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are built for the cold. In fact, they taste their absolute best after a few hard frosts. The exposure to freezing temperatures triggers the plant to convert starches into natural sugars, giving the sprouts a sweeter, nuttier flavor that no summer crop can match. Standing tall and strong on their thick stems, these mini cabbages hold up remarkably well against wind, frost, and snow. With a bit of mulch at the base and a fabric cover during the harshest spells, Brussels sprouts can continue producing right through winter. Another reason gardeners love Brussels sprouts is their long harvest window. Once the lower sprouts mature, you can start picking them gradually, allowing the upper ones to keep developing for weeks on end. Even when other vegetables have succumbed to the freeze, Brussels sprouts remain fresh and firm, providing steady yields well into the coldest months. They are a perfect example of how nature rewards patience, offering one of the most flavorful and resilient harvests of the winter season. Crop number 8. Beets. Beets are one of those quiet heroes of the winter garden that surprise you with their toughness. Beneath the cold soil, their vibrant roots stay protected, insulated from the worst of the weather while the tops bravely face the frost. Even when temperatures plunge, the roots remain alive and sweet, thanks to the same sugar-preserving process that helps kale and carrots survive the cold. With a thick layer of mulch or straw, beets can stay in the ground for months, allowing you to harvest them fresh whenever you need them. What makes beets especially valuable in winter is their dual purpose. You get both the rich, earthy roots and the tender, nutritious greens that can handle light frosts on their own. They're one of the few crops that provide color, flavor, and nutrients when most of the garden has gone dormant. Whether roasted, pickled, or added to soups and salads, winter beets are a reminder that even in the quietest season, your garden can still offer warmth, sweetness, and life. Crop number 9. Parsnips. Parsnips are the hidden treasures of the winter garden, thriving quietly beneath the frozen soil, while everything else has long stopped growing. In fact, parsnips don't just survive the cold, they need it. Exposure to frost triggers a natural chemical change inside the root, converting starches into sugars and transforming the flavor from starchy and mild to rich, sweet, and nutty. When buried under mulch or snow, parsnips can easily withstand temperatures as low as -30 degrees Fahrenheit, staying firm and flavorful deep into the heart of winter. Another reason parsnips are so rewarding is their incredible storage ability. You can leave them in the ground all winter long, digging them up only when you need them. The cold soil acts like a natural refrigerator, keeping them perfectly preserved without any extra effort. Once roasted or added to soups, their sweetness shines through, making them a comforting addition to any winter meal. Parsnips remind us that sometimes the harshest conditions bring out the very best in what we grow. Crop number 10. Winter lettuce. Winter lettuce, especially varieties like mâche, also known as corn salad, is one of the most delightful surprises of the cold season. This small, tender green thrives where most lettuces would collapse, growing slowly and steadily through freezing temperatures. Its low, rosette-shaped leaves naturally protect the plant's core, allowing it to withstand frost, snow, and biting winds with remarkable grace. Even when temperatures fall below zero, mâche remains vibrant and ready to harvest, especially if you give it a little help from a cold frame or row cover. The flavor of mâche is soft, buttery, and mildly nutty, perfect for brightening winter salads or adding freshness to warm dishes. What makes it even more special is how little effort it requires. Once established, it keeps producing well into late winter and early spring, offering you tender greens when almost nothing else will grow. Winter lettuce is proof that even in the most frozen months, your garden can stay alive, colorful, and full of nourishment. It's the gentle green that keeps your table fresh while the world outside sleeps under snow. Winter doesn't have to be the end of your growing season. It can be the beginning of something even more rewarding. The cold hardy crops we've explored today prove that your garden doesn't need constant warmth to thrive. It just needs the right plants and a gardener with patience. From the frost-sweetened leaves of kale to the hidden sweetness of parsnips, these resilient vegetables remind us that nature has built-in strength. Even when the air bites and the ground hardens, life continues quietly beneath the surface, waiting for your hand to uncover it. Growing through winter isn't just about extending your harvest, it's about deepening your connection with the rhythm of the earth. When you step outside to pull a leek from frozen soil or harvest spinach under a layer of snow, you experience something remarkable, proof that abundance exists even in scarcity. With simple tools like mulch, row covers, and cold frames, you can create a microclimate where life keeps going, even when the world around it seems still. It's a humbling reminder that resilience and growth often happen in silence, under pressure, and through endurance. So as the frost settles and the days grow shorter, don't pack away your gardening spirit. Instead, embrace the challenge. Choose your crops wisely, tend them with care, and watch as your garden transforms into a year-round source of nourishment and pride. Because a true gardener doesn't just follow the seasons, they learn to thrive in every one of them. This is the heart of Purely Garden, growing with nature through every storm, every freeze, and every sunrise that follows.